Welcome back to Vice City. Of course, this is the definitive edition that's just been released, the remastered trilogy, and I've played this game before when it first came out. I also played it a few times on the PlayStation, and now here I am playing on Xbox X using the next-gen technology and the definitive edition. And this game is as good as it's ever been. I know everybody says that San Andreas is their favourite game, or at least the best game that Rockstar have ever made, but I don't know why, but Vice City holds a soft spot for me, because I think it was one of the first sort of games that I really got into. Wasn't my first game that I ever played as a Rockstar game, but it was the one that really got my attention because it's that 80s vibe and I really love it. I'm getting to that point in the stories where things are starting to open up for me. I'm working a lot with Ricardo Diaz, doing all of his dirty work for him, and it's getting to that point where you can sort of see the story arc developing there, and of course we know what happens as the story comes a bit further. But right now I'm just kind of doing his legwork, completing missions, earning quite a decent chunk of money, and I've got a couple of new characters that have opened up for me and I'm getting missions from them. That's Umberto in the cafe, and also Auntie Poulet has also called me up and now become a character I can go and work with. I'm earning around 3 to 4 grand per mission that I'm completing, and they're quite quick, really, nothing too taxing. And these missions from Auntie Poulet, I remember, basically it's just a good way, isn't it, of introducing you to the different factions and gangs around the city, because of course that plays its part. There's a different culture of each of them, and this Auntie Poulet and her gang, and they're not triads or whatever like that, but she believes in this kind of witchcraft and stuff like that, and it's just a way to introduce me to that different side of the map. Of course, this mission, I've got to go and pick up a few things, and I remember doing this when I played this the first time, and I always end up doing it the same way. If you know what you're doing in these games, you can remember where certain things, not much has changed. Things are parked exactly where they used to be parked. You can get your hands on a vehicle if you know where to find it, and you'll be able to then get around. I find using a bike to do these kind of pickup missions just works better for me. It just means that the police can't run you off the road quite as easily, and that you can just skip through the roadblocks without any major hassle. You just jump on and off. And to be honest, my trusty pizza delivery bike seems to work for these kind of missions. Whenever I'm in this area of the map, that's what I go to. There's one parked behind the building, and I used it in an earlier mission, one of my earlier videos, and it just works for me. I love it. And easy peasy, another easy mission done. This one not paying out so much, but I'm getting quite a lot. This mission is good, cannon fodder. I remember this being a bit of a ball ache when I did it the first time, because there's a lot going on in some of these missions, and although this game may be a bit older than some of the more modern GTA installments, it does offer challenges. And even though I'm an experienced player who has some skills picked up from GTA 5 or GTAOnline, I still struggle with some of these missions, but not so much now. The controller layout has been changed, and I talk about this in every video, that the new definitive edition follows the GTA. There are a lot of things about the definitive edition which are notable. That one of the most important for me is that they use the GTA 5 controller layout, making it really easy to shoot and drive, so all your skills developed from playing GTAOnline or GTA 5, you can carry them with you. Also, there's no loading screens as you go around the map, and that was a key thing with GTA San Andreas and Liberty City, and not so much as we got a bit further down the line, but definitely Vice City and Liberty City. There were a huge number of loading screens every time you drive from one side of the map to another, and it kind of broke the game up a bit, but none of that exists now, and that's some of the work that Rockstar did. I remember the boat missions when you have to beat the other boats to the yacht. Not easy, because it's a short race, a bit like the races that you do in San Andreas in the lowriders. They're really quick races, and this one again, it's just about knowing your turns and making sure that you have your route planned in your head, and you kind of anticipate little obstructions which could just turn you around, because there's really no time to catch up. If you can get out ahead and get out in front of at least one or two of the boats, usually you'll be all right. And I did this just after just a couple of goes, and great to get on the water, because of course you can't swim in Vice City, and that's something that I think that would be nice. I'm pretty sure, I've got a good feeling that they're going to be enhancing these games further. And what I mean by that, little things like updates to the game. Now they can do all of this, the updates to the game so that your character can swim, or updates to the game so that you can change more outfits, things like that. And I think we will see that now. They've enhanced them and updated all of the code and added in all that next gen tech. It's a lot more work than people realize has actually gone into it. Once you have completed this mission, you get a call from your mysterious contact telling you to get to the payphone and Vice Point, and you're going to do another assassination mission. And I do love these missions. This one opens up, as I say, a bit later than the other three, I think it is. You're going to take out 5 members of a different gang, and each one has a different location and is doing something else. You pick up the weapons and head and take out the guy on top of the sign. There's a number of different ways you can do this. You can get to the ladder opposite where this van is parked, and if you shoot the window in a certain place, the man will get out of the car and you can shoot him there. But I usually just chase it down. These armored vehicles, they blow up real easy, and if you knock the guy over, make sure he's nearby the van, he's done. The next one, there's a couple of guys that are sort of arguing or talking, and when you get close to them, one of them will be on foot, so you just need to run that dude over and then head after the other truck. Now this one can eat up a lot of your time if you don't get that truck to stop, so using any method you can, just get it to stop. I tend to use a car, at least for that part of it, because it's just easier to ride things off the road. The guy on the back of the boat, no problem at all, and then the last guy is basically hot tailing it up down the city on his motorbike. Just knock him off,